Can't wait for that Commonwealth Super Lightweight title. We stay in that division now, and a great fight for the British and European Super Lightweight Championship. This young man has an incredible story. We witnessed him go out to Italy and win the European title earlier this year, and now he gets a chance to add the British title to his trophy cabinet. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for the current European Super Lightweight champion, Joe Hughes.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited to be boxing on such a big show. Obviously, I'm the away fighter, but Liverpool's a real fighting city, and I'm hoping to win over some fans from Liverpool before the end of the night. I have got a few Scousers that have bought tickets from me already, so nice to have some support. Yeah, I'm just really excited, defending my European title, of course, and you know, every British fighter's dream is to win, you know, when you start off, is to win that Lonsdale belt, so definitely a motivation for me.
Again, Robbie has a huge amount of support from Liverpool. There's going to be plenty in there for your fight as well. Got to go out there and try and dominate this fight against Robbie Davies Jr. on Saturday. Yeah,
absolutely. Of course, he's going to have a lot of fans there. I've got half of Malmesbury coming to watch, which is about 7 people. So I think you might be able to hear a few of them, you never know. But yeah, I'm used to travelling away. I'm used to being the away fighter. It doesn't faze me at all. It's completely what I'm used to. If it was the other way around, I think I'd be a bit unsettled if the whole crowd was there for me, so it makes no difference.
Good luck on Saturday night. The other part of that great domestic clash, the reigning British Super Lightweight champion from Liverpool, Robbie Davies Jr.
Nice one, everyone. Buzzing to finally be in Liverpool on one of these big shows. It's something I've been craving for a long time. To finally be here and be a big part of this show, being one of the big fights, is it's really something for me. I feel like I've gone tenfold on everything for this camp to make sure I'm in the best possible of my ability for this fight. I can't wait now. I've been saying I've got a bundle of energy even now, and I've been still cutting weight, and I feel like by the time I get in the ring, I'm going to be cartwheeling to it. It's honestly a fight I've wanted for so long, and I just believe on Saturday night I'm going to come up through victorious.
Obviously, it's a very fast route. You only just won the British title, going straight in for the European title as well. And I know that fighters say, we heard Philip say, we don't look past the fight on Saturday. I'm sure you don't, but you also know that this belt would give you a great world ranking and could put you in line for some major opportunities in 2019.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I've had a world ranking for a couple of years now with some governing bodies, and I know with getting the European, it'll push me into some of the others as well, so it'll put me in good stead. But I'd never look past a fighter like Joe Hughes. I know he's a good talent, and my full focus is on Saturday night, but with a win like this, becoming British, Commonwealth, European title within 2 fights, and I've literally got the rest of my career to just focus on winning a world title, and so it's a massive fight for me. And like I've been saying in previous interviews, every fight for me now is a must win, and this is no different.
Thank you, Robbie. Joe, the British and European Super Lightweight Championship on Saturday night. Now we move to the heavyweight division, which we know is a division that is absolutely on fire right now. It's always been and always will be the pinnacle of the sport of boxing. We have 2 British heavyweights going at it on Saturday night, 2 big punchers. I think I did a poll on Twitter yesterday about whether the fight would go to points or KO, and basically I think 1% of the audience said we'd see or hear the final bell on Saturday night. Both these guys, in the positions they're in, are only ever 1 fight away being involved in some major fights in the division. Firstly, undefeated. People have been talking about this man for a long time, with his manager over there, Adam Etches, who's been pushing this talent a long time. From Sheffield, Cash Ali.
I'd like to thank everyone that's turned up. Tomorrow's going to be good. I'm coming for you, David Price. Hope you're ready, man. Hope you're ready. Sion.
You what? Well, look, I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen Saturday night, lad. This is the beginning of this is the big stage, right? Big stage. Listen, mate, you're going to be like a rabbit in the headlights and I'm going to fucking run you over and send you back to the leisure centres. Hey, send you back to the leisure centres. I've seen what you've been saying. It's not I haven't read or seen before, but oh, he's a quitter. Do you think I'm going to quit? Do you think I'm going to quit against you, lad? You throw about 20 punches a round. You'll go back to being the sparring partner.
Listen, I sparred with you 2 years ago.
2 years ago? Yeah.
Listen, I've had 15 fights.
Yeah. Against shite.
I've got out of bed for
and
none
listen,
of them.
let me tell you now.
I got out of bed for none of them.
Listen,
you better know I'm coming for you, mate. You better know I'm coming for you.
Lad, you're going to be met
you
with the
can't
jab.
do shit.
What?
You can't do nothing.
Can't do nothing. You mounted cunts.
What are you going to do?
Mate, I'm made up. I'm made up.
What?
I'm made up you've gone like this because I thought you was half all right, but you're a fucking blade and you're going to get your head punched in. Yeah. Wait and see, lad.
You don't face me.
You'll be back in the leisure centres. Be back in the leisure centres in your comfort zone.
Psychology bullshit ain't going to work.
What?
You're going to sleep.
Listen, lad.
The
next few days, I've been
sparring you for the past 2-3 years.
Yeah.
I've turned up not in shape once. I've done a kebab.
I've turned 20 stone when I was sparring.
And you still panic.
See your little team over there.
And you still panic.
They're going to have the work cut out next 3 days, keeping you relaxed and calm because your ass is going to go, lad. Shut up, you soft cunt, or I'll rip that beard off your fucking face. Fuck off, dickhead.
Done.
Okay.
David Price.
What? What are you saying? You know when I've knocked you out, I'll fucking knock you out as well, dickhead. You fucking gobshite.
Okay.
You ain't got a chance, bro. You ain't got a chance.
Okay.
Listen, you trained. I've sparred you fought Christian Hammer. You're doing 10, 15 rounds. What happened when you fought?
I was 20 stone. Take no notice of the talk from the gym. Dave Colwell, if Dave Colwell tells the truth, he'll tell you he didn't want me to take that fight because we weren't fit. Tell the truth, Dave.
He was sparring, he was sparring 15 rounds in gym. He fought Christian Hammer, man. Ooh, he started quitting. Come on, man. There's no quitting me, bro. I've had bigger battles outside the ring. This ring don't mean nothing to me.
What?
It don't mean nothing to me.
The ring doesn't?
I'll fucking
batter you.
Come on, then, love it.
What are you saying? What are you saying? You want to have it outside the ring?
I hope you're ready.
What?
I hope you're ready for war. Imagine after 3-4 rounds being gassing.
Gassing? Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'll just be getting fucking warmed up with you, lad.
Listen.
I will. Listen, I'm telling you. I can see it in your eyes when I've sparred you. You're a shithouse. You are, lad. I can see it.
David Price is talking.
What?
Got to your first time you're talking. You know, be like, look, every time someone does a punch, you see him go back the corner like this.
Let me tell you, lads, if what had happened to me in a boxing ring happened to you, you wouldn't be sitting here now like me.
Nah.
You wouldn't be.
Nah.
You did jibbed it. You did jibbed it.
No table, no stones unturned. I'm on it. Trust me.
Yeah, that's fine.
All my fights I've turned up out of shape.
Boxing.
I sparred you with no training.
What?
I sparred you with no training, turning up, helping you. And you still can't do nothing. You still can't do nothing.
I know I couldn't do nothing inspiring with you, but you had that big massive head guy with the bar on and the 20-ounce gloves.
When I chin you with 10-ounce gloves on, you're
going
to get sparked out.
I'm going to get sparked out?
Yeah. Worst of Povetkin.
Listen, oh yeah. I tell you what, lad, it's a good job you're fighting me and getting paid because you know that Sokolowski would have fucking knocked you out. 1,000,000%. You know when you was fighting Sokolowski, weren't you? Supposed to fight Sokolowski and cancelled.
You had a death experience with him in the 6th round.
He'd have fucking battered you, mate.
I've already fought him.
Yeah, you was going to fight him.
I beat him.
No, he beat you.
I beat him.
No, he beat you.
That's what you did in the 6th round. You sat on the ropes.
You
all know what Dave, everyone knows what you're about. You're the same bullshit. You've had 6 chances.
I've had 6 chances.
You've had 6 chances.
Listen,
this is my first, and I'm going to make most of it. I'm telling you now.
Mate, you're going to get fucking battered. I'm telling you.
You're not even funny, though.
Look, we could argue all day. But look,
I am going to knock you out, and I'm coming for you. And that's
okay.
End of.
Okay.
End of.
I'm going to knock you out, and I'm
not
coming for you.
Beat me.
Okay.
I'm not leaving that ring.
Hold on.
I hope you get some sleep tonight.
Though. You're scared.
You're charged up to fuck. You're charged up to fuck. You are. And
all
your little cronies will be like that.
Well
in cash. You said this to me, you said that. Well in, lad. Hey, look at the fucking state of them.
Me, I don't drink.
What?
I'm not charged up. I don't drink and I don't touch drugs.
You don't what?
I don't drink and I don't touch drugs.
Neither do I.
You'll see. Okay. You get knocked out.
Neither do I.
Okay, guys. We've got a couple of other fights to talk about as well. Cash. I will just finish on this. what happens on Saturday night? How quickly does it happen? I know what you're going to say. Tell me what plays out in the ring on Saturday night. This is a big opportunity for you.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity, and I'm not leaving that ring till I beat that man. No way. It can be 10 David prices. I'll go through every single one. Being in the ring don't feel me fighting in front of 1,000 people. I'm not scared of boxing. You're not like you. You got mental problems.
I've got mental problems.
You ever see psychologists sit there and just do this bullshit, whatever you do?
You don't know me. You don't know what you don't know what goes on in my mind. You can't judge me. You can't judge me. Listen, no amount of prayers that you fucking do or whatever, little thingies with your little pep talks with your little fame over there.
Listen, we're going to fight Saturday, you're going to find out. Simple.
Yeah, but listen, you was the one who lost your dagger first. You lost your dagger at the microphone.
I'm cool, calm. Feel my heartbeat. I'm cool, calm, collected, bro.
You lost your dagger first.
I'm going to do you in, just remember that.
You are?
I'm going to do you in Saturday. You're done. Forget it. Go home. Just turn up Saturday, please. That's all I ask for. Just turn up, you're getting done.
I'll tell you what, lads.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to hear from the other side, a man who has been involved in some, I believe, thrilling fights, always plenty of drama, one of the biggest punchers in the heavyweight division from Liverpool, David Price. Dave, I've never seen you like this before, and I'm really, really enjoying it. Yeah, really enjoying it.
I enjoyed it myself, to be honest.
It may be what you need. It may be what you need.
Well, I think it is,
I think a lot of people were excited about this fight before. In the last 5 minutes, they're a lot more excited about this fight, and I believe you are as well.
I am excited. This is exactly what I needed. You know, Cash Ali's been a bit quiet in the build-up as far as I can see, because I've seen the odd thing. You know, he's a quitter, he's this, that. Look, all this has been said about me, that's fine. But that isn't going to be the case on Saturday against this fella. You know, he's charged up, which is great for me, because as far as I was concerned, I seen Cash Ali as someone who's a bit awkward and tries to be a bit tricky and defensive. So he hope he comes to fight, because he'll walk onto one, and it's as simple as that. So I'm excited. Look, I can't wait to get in the ring now. It's given me an extra little bit of energy. So it's great.
Do you believe that is it? You are a level above Cash Ali. You punch too hard.
Mate, he can talk about, you know, minds, this, that, and the other. All things being equal, that may well come into it. But I'm a completely different level from Cash Ali. I'm a different, completely different breed. The pedigree I've got. He's been fighting on leisure centre shows since he was about 21, how old are you now? 28. It's a slow-burning career, lad. And you've spent that much time sparring. You've gone into the sparring partner mentality. Even against these journeymen who you're fighting with, you're scared to let your hands go. So let them go on Saturday.
Listen, you're getting knocked out.
Let your hands go on Saturday. Listen, I'm not scared of getting knocked out. I've been knocked out before. You haven't. What are you going to do when you get knocked out by me? Hey.
Turn my mic on, man.
Right, we're going to move on to you. Well, you boys, I was expecting fireworks from this fight. You've got a tough act to follow, but this is, for me, one of the fights of the night. I think it's a fight that has really captured the imagination of the British public. Two undefeated prospects putting it on the line against each other for the WBA Continental Light Middleweight Championship. Two great amateurs, two Commonwealth Games gold medalists. Scott Fitzgerald from Preston is bringing well over 1,000 fans. The atmosphere is going to be electric. I want to say as well to both you guys, because we represent you both, that the future is bright for whoever wins or loses on Saturday night. Because if you take chances like this at this stage of your career, you have to be respected by us and by the broadcasters, and especially by the fans. Because you're going to give us, I believe, a wonderful, wonderful fight on Saturday night. And firstly, from Preston, the former Commonwealth Games gold medalist, GB podium squad member, Scott Fitzgerald.
Thanks, Eddie. And I'd just like to say thanks that you mentioned it then, how many people have bought tickets from Preston. So thank all them. It's going to be, you know, an amazing atmosphere, like you say, like an away day, innit? So they're all really looking forward to it. And also, like you say, you know, me and Tony, we both won gold medals within about half an hour of each other at the Commonwealths. Both beat Indians, so you know it's a special fight, really. You know, considering them them things there.
I don't think anyone's seen you as focused as this before. We've had a few chats in this camp probably for the first time, and I think by your own admission, this is the first time you've really tried and pushed yourself in camp. Everything's come very easy to you, 12 fights, I think 9 KOs. You look in incredible shape. We know your check weigh the other day. Your weight is absolutely on point, which I know was a concern for some people in this fight. You are so motivated for Saturday night.
Yeah, and I know I needed a fight that I wasn't meant to win, to get myself up for it properly. And I've trained, you know, like I say, it's the first time I feel I've really tried at boxing, and I've won a elite ABA as a gold medal, 12 pro fights. And like I said, this is the first time I've really tried, and I feel like I've tried harder than anyone ever before. You know, trained really hard, and I don't think I could be any fitter. You know, bar this voice that's doing my head in. But,
we've seen as well loads of backwards and forwards on social media, and that's all great, but what matters is the fight on Saturday night. Do you believe you stop Anthony Fowler on Saturday night?
I believe I can definitely stop him. I hate trying. I believe I can definitely stop him as soon as I land, or I can beat him on points, no problem.
Ladies and gentlemen, the other half of that fight, this explosive fight from Liverpool, Anthony Fowler.
On my own, yeah. All that talk, Scott, that's all you got to say, son. I think I can win. You're a scared little boy, son. And come Saturday night, mate, I'm going to bounce me fist off your face at your forehead. Pro boxing's a brutal sport. It ain't Twitter or jokes.
I don't have a clue what he's saying.
It ain't Twitter, kid.
I do not have a clue what he's saying.
Open your ears, then. Open your ears, kid. Open your ears. Lad, look at me, lad. I'm going to punch your face in, kid. You're a little boy, a little scared boy.
Saturday night, innit?
Yeah, we all see, kid. You're fucking shit.
Yeah, I'm shit.
Yeah, you are, lad. You've done nothing in your life to worry me, mate.
Floor, Tony.
You've done nothing in your life to worry me, kid. Nothing.
What have you done?
I've done a lot more than you, mate. You went to the Commonwealth Games as a number 2 because number 1 was injured. You went there by fluke. You boxed the firm Africans who were all shite. And the final beat the Indian who was bad. Like, you've done nothing in your life, mate.
Yeah, all right. Well, I sparred you and I know you're
1-12-week camp.
You're rubbish. Yeah. Rubbish.
I'm going to punch your face in, kid.
Rubbish. Well, we'll see, won't we? Saturday night, we're going to find out. So shut your mouth and we'll see.
Look, you've been smoking Bobby.
You
can't even talk, kid.
You're a geek. A geek. Everyone thinks
lad, you've got a vest on.
You're a geek. What?
You've got a vest on, you muppet. You're wearing a vest.
Yeah, so what?
Well, you're a little muppet.
I'll wear whatever I want because I don't do what everyone else tells me to. You're a geek, lad. A geek.
Get that fringe sorted as well, kid.
A geek. If I want to bounce in here like a gypsy with a vest on, then I will do.
Go on, you're an arcade shoe, lad.
You keep wearing your
I know you, lad.
And
the
selling,
squad.
And
didn't say a peep on the squad,
Team Machine Baby Grow.
Didn't say a peep
You're
in the squad, lad. Did
You're
you?
a geek.
Now
a
you're
wet
some sort
lettuce.
of lunatic.
You're a wet lettuce. A wet lettuce.
Lad, don't say them shouting Liverpool, kid.
Everyone knows you are.
Anthony, what happens in this fight? I asked Scott the same question. People talk about, you know, they believe it's going to catch fire early on. Some people saying it might take a little bit of time, could go late in the fight. How do you see this fight, and do you win by knockout on Saturday night?
I'm going to absolutely outclass him. Just me, I'm going to go out there, take the centre of the ring, I'm going to jab his face off, make him overreach, and I'm going to punish him every single time. Just wait and see. You're all thinking
I can't wait.
It's 50-50 fight. I'm going to punch his face in.
Can't wait.
So I'm here one-sided beating, and I mark my words, mate. Hey, look at me, lad. Mark my words, kid. I want to embarrass you, right? Send you home, your tail between your legs. That's all your little mates who sit on the roof.
Honestly,
watch,
I'm not even lying. I can't hear what you're saying, me, I swear.
Yeah, you can't,
I never could. I never could when I was sat next to you.
You're a scared little boy, you are, lad.
I don't even know what you're
shaking like a leaf then, aren't you, kid?
I don't even know what you're saying.
Remember the face-off, shaking like a leaf. In the fight, kid, right? Don't be rubbing the headlights again and don't crumble, because I want to pop a fight.
You want to see.
I'm trained for a hard fight, right?
You're delusional.
So give me a hard fight. Delusional? Look what I've achieved in my life. 10 times more than you, kid.
Scammer.
What are you talking about, you bum?
Shut up.
He's a fucking wet with this kid, you know. But it's going to be funny. It's going to be a laugh watching me punch his face in it.
Yeah, well, we'll see, won't we? I can't wait.
I'm going to enjoy it,
I
right?
can't wait for that.
Watch me embarrass him.
Can't wait for that.
Don't expect some war. I'm going to embarrass him with my boxing ability. Wait and see.
Okay. That's Fowler Fitzgerald on Saturday night. Another great fight. I'm not sure we're going to get as many fireworks from these two because there is a lot of respect for these two. And two, I think, wonderful, wonderful servants, if you like, and so much more to give to the sport, but they have been great servants to British boxing. I think Sam Eggington is one of the great success stories. My dad's favourite fighter I think he's ever worked with, because he wasn't supposed to achieve what he's achieved. British champion, Commonwealth champion, European champion, been involved in some massive fights, and this is another one for him, headlining at the M&S on Saturday night. A man who deserves a huge amount of respect, and a man who truly believes he can upset the odds on Saturday night. From Birmingham, Sam Eggington.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I feel really awkward now, like I'm going to have to start digging him out, or, you know, I've got something to follow. But yeah, look, I'm excited. It don't take a genius to know that, you know, I'm the underdog in this fight. That's, you know, the way, you know, I quite like it like that. Nothing to lose, everything to win. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday night.
Obviously, you've sparred many rounds. You pretty much know what to expect in this fight, really. Yeah,
the sparring was always good and competitive. If going by the sparring, you know, it should be, you know, an exciting fight. So, like I say, come Saturday night, you know, from top to bottom of the card, you know, there should be good fights all the way up.
There's really no pressure on you in this fight. Obviously, it's Liam's homecoming. He's looking at another shot at a world title. Yeah. This is your kind of time where you come in and produce that performance that shocks people. And I think, having had so many press conferences with you over the years, I've probably never seen you look as good as this before. I know obviously you're up at light middleweight now, and that helps a great deal, but really zero pressure on you on Saturday night.
Like I say, with having no pressure, you just can generally enjoy your training and everything a bit more. So when I'm doing my training and the dieting and etc., it's just that much easier when, you know, you ain't really got, you know, a bout on your back, or, you know, so on. You know, you're trying to defend something. You know, I've just generally been enjoying it. You know, put what I can into camp for a tough, hard fight, and, you know, on Saturday night, I'll put it all out there.
You always do. We expect 120% from Sam Eggington on Saturday night. It's been many years since this man has boxed in Liverpool, and he's had a great few years, obviously winning the world light middleweight title, great fights with Canelo as well in front of 60,000 in Dallas, a great fight with Jamie Munguia as well, and on Saturday night he gets a chance with us for the first time with Matchroom, and of course back on Sky Sports. I know he's very excited about boxing in his hometown in front of 8,000 people. Ladies and gentlemen, part of that famous Smith family from Liverpool, Liam Smith.
Yeah, just touching on everything that's been said before, and the whole build-up, you know, I'm massively excited for this fight. Obviously, back in Liverpool for a number of years, first fight for Matchroom, back on Sky Sports, and just a bit of a different, you know, variety of public that haven't really seen me on, you know, Box Nation and stuff. And there's a lot more people I have to impress now. Obviously, I've said it for a while now. I have to feel that Eddie thinks he's made the right decision in signing me for another go at a world title, and I just think the turnout for this show has epitomised that. I think Liverpool have been starved at big shows. For the fighters we've got, you know, on these two tables, the fighters who are not even on the bill, you know, we've got such good fighters, and we don't get enough of these big nights. So hopefully this can kickstart, you know, some more big nights back in Liverpool. And, you know, these two tables alone, obviously I know a lot of them personally, and I'm buzzed and honoured to be on a bill with them. But the fight with Sam, I'm massively excited for, and I feel it's a good fight to kickstart me for 2019.
A lot of people excited for this fight and excited for the two styles to come together. Same question for you about the sparring. Do you expect just a great fight on Saturday? I know Joe was telling me that he expects you to be spiteful on Saturday night. Is that what you're looking to do, take Sam out early in this fight? I'm just looking to put on a performance, you know, for people to think, you know, yeah, he was a level above. And, you know, Sam's style and my style will always gel for a good fight. It will be very, very competitive. But, again, I feel I do everything better, and I feel on a fight night when I've got a bit of spite and a little pair of gloves on, then I feel it's a different story than sparring. So it's, you know, I know Sam as a person, you know, we get on, so I'm not going to sit here and badmouth him, but with 10-ounce gloves on in a fight and in fight condition, I feel I'm too good for Sam Eggington, and I'm looking forward to putting a show on Saturday. And finally, 8,000 in the arena, all this great card. It's going to be some atmosphere walking out there, returning. You won your world championship in Manchester, like I said, you boxed in Dallas, and against Jamie Munguia in the States as well. Big for you to return home.
Yeah, massively, and I have to pinch myself, and I'm excited. And again, I think, you know, I have to credit you for that, for putting a bill like this with the Scousers you've put on it. And you know, it's good to see the public have drawn to it and come out for it. And obviously, this night, fingers crossed, is a massive success for us Scousers. Then, you know, I'm sure people can get on your case to come back again soon enough.
We will always come back to Liverpool, and this is going to be a great fight. Liam Smith against Sam Eggington, and what a card on Saturday night. Thank you for being patient and listening. We're going to have head-to-heads up here now. We'll see it the weigh-in in here tomorrow. Let's go Saturday night, Liverpool.
Well, I'm glad it finished peacefully. I feel like you and me need to kick off with each other just so we fit in. Wasn't expecting that from David Price. Certainly was from Fowler and Fitzgerald, but actually really good to see a bit of that from Pricey, because he's a great bloke.
Yeah, not just that. I was stood next to Dave Allen there. He knows Ali quite well, and he said he's not like that one bit. Not like that.
Pricey,
not like
really.
it at all. No, yeah, you're right. Nor is David Price. So I mean, that's going to be fireworks. I mean, I don't know how much Ali truly believes he's going to win. I do think David Price is a league above. You just look back at his pedigree and what he's achieved, who he's been in the ring with. But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, unbelievable.
I mean, Ali, Central Area champion, stopped I think 3 of his 4, his last 4 rather, 3 of them early, but he's only boxed 4 to 6 rounders. I mean, listen, we know that Pricey in the past has not shown a great engine, but under Joe McNally and John Gillies, he's looks in much better condition. You've only got to look at him here, and I look forward to seeing him at the weigh-in tomorrow, but he's in a totally different mind frame of having nothing to lose now, no expectation. As he said, he's been stopped already, and he's actually enjoying the sport for the first time in a long time.
That definitely comes across that way to me. I think, like you say, presses off, and I think it seems almost like he's taking the approach of, right, I'm just going to take every fight as it comes. I'm not going to map out my future. I'm not going to say, right, this is what I want to do. You know, as far as heavyweights are concerned, I wouldn't say he's long in the tooth, but he's well experienced. He's been there, he's had his setbacks, and now it's like, do you know what? I'm just going to take every fight as they come and just see what happens. Yeah. But with this one, you get the impression, you can see there, he truly believes he's a level above Ali. You know, he's almost offended that Ali thinks he can win.
One of Pricey's old opponents, Vaclav Pejsar, which was after the Erkan defeat. Just looking at Phil Bowes and Tom Farrell there, who will contest Bowes' Commonwealth Super Lightweight title on Saturday night. Bowes on the left, Farrell on the right.
Plenty of respect between them two. No need all.
Bowes, he's a quiet guy, Phil Bowes. He doesn't really like to do too much of the media stuff. Yeah, he likes to just keep himself to himself and do what he does. But interesting, when you think about the times he's come unstuck, it was Glenn Foote that beat him last time out at York Hall. I mean, Glenn Foote's got horrible style. If you're a back foot, slick counter-puncher and you want to get into a rhythm, you're not going to against Glenn Foote. No. And Farrell's got that similar style. Not a big puncher, but he's got a great engine and he's going to work hard, and maybe that'll be what he needs to offset someone like Phil Bowes.
Absolutely, he's just got to get right in his chest and work away high volume. And big size difference between the two here. Robbie Davies Jr. got a good few inches.
This, of course, the British Super Lightweight title, the EBU European Super Lightweight title on the line, which Davies won over Glenn Foote. It was indeed last time out. And we talked about what a huge joy his dad was in the 80s. He lost him a couple of years ago now, dreadfully sad for him, but he's bounced back from that and really looking to have a run at it, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, it was sad news. They were very close, but he's on a good run of form. And is there going to be any need of any pushing and shoving? I don't think so. I know there was plenty to say there, but I don't think they go as far as I don't think is doing him any favours here.
Pricey is, I think, the tallest heavyweight active fighter in the world at present, a bit taller even than Tyson Fury. Cash Ali, not a small man, but as you said, he's just not got that big stage experience. And the echo, the M&S Bank Arenas at would be absolutely rocking on Saturday.
Oh, it's going to be buzzing. I was just about to say, we was in the European Championship together, me and David Price, and we shared a room there, and I once called him lanky whilst we were there, and he pretty much started on me. It's safe to say I bricked it.
Not many people look the same height as Neil Bowers, but David Price is one of them. Looking forward to it, and good luck to him. He's a big fan favourite, and listen, you know, people are talking about rivalries, and this is the one that's been burning tooth and nail for the last 3 or 4 months. There's absolutely no sell needed for this one. It's gone on a long time though. Quite looking forward to just actually turning Twitter on and not seeing these two going at it for once, hopefully next week.
Yeah, well, I mean, it all ends, doesn't it, Saturday? Hopefully.
Who does it end for, do you think, Dan?
Look, if I'm having to pick, I just think I would go with Fowler. I just think he's so strong, physically strong. Don't get me wrong, they've both got that tremendous pedigree, but I think Fowler's tops Fitzgerald's, you know. He's been more sort of active. He's travelled more. He's been. I just think he's just a bit more rounded. I think that physicality as well will be a difference. I think it will get to him late, but you never know. Fitzgerald's fired up, and he truly believes he's going to win this fight.
When he said this is the first time he's really taken the sport seriously, someone with his pedigree, I mean, they both won gold for the Commonwealth Games in 2014. Why is he not, do you think, taking it as seriously as Anthony Fowler? What can that be down to, do you think?
What's that? Say that again, sorry,
well, Scott Fitzgerald, just the fact that he's had a lack of discipline in the pros. He was a good amateur to real successes, so, you know, achieved a similar level to Anthony Fowler in 2014, so why not the discipline?
I just think he probably needs challenges, and this is obviously the challenge that he's been waiting for to get the best out of him. You know, it's so easy to sort of just tick over and you know, not take it serious when the opposition's not that great, and I think that's been the case with him. He just needs that challenge, and Fowler's obviously that. Well,
speaking of big challenges, Sam Eggington, this will be the biggest of his career. Of course, that defeat to Hassan Joaquinho, shock last time out, but really it's still a die for him. And listen, you look at the styles that are given Smith a few problems. We're going to have David Price on just a few moments' time and find out what that was all about. Eggington's got that kind of Mexican style, and whether he gets stopped or not, it's going to be a great fight.
Oh, it's going to be a cracker. For as long as that lasts, it's going to be a blinder. It will be. Again, I see. Yeah, it will be. It will be an absolute cracker. That it's going to be fireworks.
Let's get the big man in, shall we? David Price. You going to jump in for us, David? How are you, mate?
Where have I put it?
For a while.
Hold on, mate.
Jump in. Just jump on the end there. Oh, you jump in the middle. Jump in the middle. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
So,
oh, hey, mate.
I mean, listen. I mean, talk about a way to make a man feel small. Yeah. Can we tilt up a little bit of that? Well, that was interesting. Wasn't expecting. Sorry, lads. We'll be with you just a minute. Tell you what, guys. Bryce is going to do Sky Sports News, mate. Jump on. We'll catch up with you in a minute. Don't worry. It's no problem at all. That's the beauty of live TV, folks. That's what happened.
Took it well, mate. Took it well.
It is what it is. Let's talk about Craig Glover, because after Pricey lost to Erkan, he had a tune-up against Vaclav Pejsar, who was fighting a heavyweight at that point. He's fighting Craig Glover on Saturday night. Shouldn't be too much of a problem for Craig, one of Tony Bellew's fighters. And if Okoli, after that win after Camacho, does what he says he was going to do and vacates the British and Commonwealth and moves up to world level against Lebedev or whoever it is, there's a lot of good cruiserweights now domestically that will look to clean up those titles.
And I think Craig's one of the most exciting. Against Simon Vallily, he looked very good, didn't he? He was underdog there. I think he's one of the most exciting. So I'm getting tangled up here in the wires.
Price's massive feet.
I won't tell him.
Kicking all the cake. No, just leave it.
But I think he's one of the most exciting. And like you say, the division's up for grabs domestically. Yeah. So, I mean, great time to be a cruiserweight, really.
It is indeed. Who would be your pick of the bunch there? Because obviously Matty Askin's still about. You've got Richard Riatpool coming through. Isaac Chamberlain, of course, looked brilliant against Luke Watkins last year and is rebuilding himself. Who do you think is the person to step up and take the mantle after Okoli?
If I'm honest, I like the way Isaac Chamberlain's improved, if I'm honest, and I do. I think he's more of an accomplished fighter. He seems to be sitting down in his shots a little bit more. Whereas before he was sort of a fighter that always tended to go points and didn't seem to stop fighters, but now he seems to be carrying a bit of a dig sitting down in his shots. So I like Isaac Chamberlain, you know, I do, and I'm not just saying this because we're talking about him. Craig Glover, sorry. That win over Simon Vallily I really do think it was a career high for him, and I just think he's exciting. He can whack.
Vallily, the only other person to stop him was Myris Breedis, I think. Yeah. So it tells you all about the kind of power and the skill that he's got too. A few kind of coming out parties for guys on the cards, aren't there? I mean, that was his really, Craig Glover, but we need to see one more, you know, sort of statement of what he's made of, just to know that wasn't a one-off. Tom Whittaker-Hart making his debut at light heavyweight as well. He spent a long time on the GB amateur setup, but I think was in the shadow of Boazzi for a couple of years, and then a young lad called Ben Whittaker came in, took over the mantle at light heavy too. So good to see someone like him that, again, not many people would have heard of outside of the city and will know, but see what he's made of. We've got Mr. Joe Gallagher, one of the busiest men surely in the sport of boxing. Joe, thank you, mate. We had David Price in a couple of minutes ago, and he jumped in, kicked a load of cables, and then wandered off to Sky. So you can't get everything in life.
You're not second fiddle though, mate.
No, cheers,
You're
thanks.
Absolutely not. Well, first of all, congratulations on your recent win with Callum over in the United States.
Yeah.
Any ideas what's next for him?
Callum Johnson, he was dying to get on the Joshua bill like everybody else is in British boxing. I think you've seen the pictures he's put out there. He was trying to tug on Eddie's heartstrings, with a picture of him and his dad there, and then him and his son. But no, whatever, we want a world title shot or a big fight. So we're just waiting to hear back from Eddie.
There's no chance of it then?
I don't know, I haven't heard, I've not spoken to Eddie. I'm busy enough getting Callum Smith on that bill at the moment.
So that's the bill you're looking for Callum, because there was a...
it looks like that's got to be it. Callum will go over there. It looks like he'll be their chief support for Anthony Joshua. Spoke to Eddie, and that's it. I think for Callum Smith as well, for his profile in America, and if you've got to do Britain versus the rest of the world, how could you leave the #1 super middleweight back home in the UK? So I think that's the right fight for him, and listen, it'll be good. It'll be good for everyone that's buying it on pay-per-view as well. It's another credible fight for it.
Talk about Natasha Jonas a little bit. Obviously, that loss to Vivian Obanov back in August must have knocked her confidence.
Yeah, it did. It took her a long while to get over it. What happened in the first round of that fight, she got caught with a shot just there underneath, as they call the butt of the lug, and she never fully recovered from that. She's gone away. She's done a bit of acting. She's doing a drama series coming out on Channel 5, and she don't want to go out in the sport like that. And then when there's a show in Liverpool, this is where she won a title literally a year ago here. She wanted to be on the card, so she's been training, and hopefully we'll get the Miss GB show back on track on the Saturday night.
Excellent. Another one coming back from that loss in May. Paul Butler, of course, I know he's had one since then. But Manny Rodriguez at the very kind of top level. How's he feeling and how's he looking in the gym?
Oh, but listen, Butler's an exceptional talent. I wish I'd had him from day one. He's the only one that stepped up and fought your Tetes and your Rodriguez. And if you look at them in the World Boxing Super Series at the moment, it's unbelievable. Paul's the reserve in that tournament. I don't think it's the best thing to be reserving. But at the moment, listen, a win here is highly ranked still in the governing bodies. Once that tournament finishes and then belts become fragmented, Paul Butler will be in a position to challenge for him. And I strongly believe, as I do with Liam Smith, they're both capable of becoming a two-time world champion.
So Liam Smith, after Sam Eggington, what's the plan for him? Because presumably you're very confident in the victory on Saturday night. He's a huge favourite.
He is, but you've got to understand Sam Eggington, that's Barry's love child. He's putting it into Sam's head that it's a great chance for you to go up there, spoil the party. It's Liam's coming out. Pressure for Liam. He's not been in Liverpool. He ended the world title drought here. He was the first one in 20 odd years to win the world title, and he wants to come back and become a two-time world champion.
It's like a relaunch almost,
yeah,
isn't
exactly. It's like Liam Smith, Beefy Part 2, Chapter 2, Mark 2. So it's up for him to go in there, and I feel Liam Smith is one of the most underrated fighters Britain has had, one of the most one of the best inside fighters he is. And every time we've gone to America and we've fought Canelo and Jamie Mungai, his profile and his boxing skills are hugely appreciated over that part of the world, and it's great now he's on a platform that everybody who hasn't seen him before get a chance to see him.
And speaking of huge challenges, you're calling it Mission Impossible, I know tongue-in-cheek, because no disrespect to Anthony Crolla, but just as a kind of sign of respect of the man that you are in against on April the 12th.
Yeah, Lomachenko, it's a huge task, but in boxing, this is what people like boxing. People like underdogs. Anything can happen in boxing. I look at Terry Flanagan, how he won this world title. I look at the weekend, 10 seconds to go. Sam Maxwell pulled it out.
Sam Maxwell.
Andrew Selby was winning well in Mexico at the weekend, got done with a body shot. Lomachenko has been beat, has been down. But we're going over there to try and win, try and attach ourselves to sport in history. If we don't, it's not for the sake of not trying. We're not going over for the LA Sun and the paycheck and we go down. We are going to be embarrassed, we are going to get humiliated, but we've done that in training. He's been humiliated in sparring, he's been embarrassed in training. We have to get that mindset right, that it doesn't annoy us on the night. And listen, it won't be for the one to not trying, and if it does, well, let's just drop the mic and walk off and retire.
Can you imagine? I mean, you'd have to say one of, and this is again no disrespect to Anthony, but it would have to be one of the biggest upsets in boxing history, I think. Just because in sport, because I rate Lomachenko as one of the best ever. Honestly, I think he's so good. Same to you. 396 amateur fights, you lose one and you revenge it twice. I mean, I don't think that it will ever happen again. I honestly don't.
No, he's good, and just when you think you've solved him, I've sort of like called him the Rubik's Cube. Just as soon as you think you've solved him, he has something else, and you just think, oh my God, I need a different sparring partner for this. So, but what we've done, we've brought in the best sparring that we can do. Frankie Gavin's the best southpaw this country's ever produced. He's been up, so we've been picking Frankie's brains that when he throws that, we'll throw this. Now, what would you throw here now? And Frankie's had throw, right, okay, now we'll counter that now. Lomachenko don't come in ones, he comes in twos, threes, fours. And that's where you see fighters get humiliated, put their hands up, because he wants you to quit. He doesn't come to knock you out, he comes to make you quit. He's very much a matador, and you're the bull, and he likes to ole. And listen, he's earned his opportunity. Fair play to him. We've got to go in it, give it our best shot, and what'll be, will be. But Anthony Crowell can leave that ring saying he shared the ring with one of the best. He'll either have beaten one of the best in the world and caused a huge upset, or he would have acquitted himself very well, and he can be proud in his achievements.
Mate, absolutely. Joe, thanks so much for coming.
Very much, no problem. Cheers, thank you very much. Cheers, thank you.
Saturday night and April as well. Off goes Joe Gallagher. In comes big man Craig Glover, who, to be honest, Aaron, we don't hear a great. Come on in, Craig.
How are you, mate?
It's very much a loose setup here. Just jump in and have a chat with us. Free for all. We don't hear a huge amount from you, mate. To be honest, I've seen a few interviews with you, but you've kind of, as you said just a little bit earlier, you've served your apprenticeship. How'd you kind of coming out party against Simon Vallily? Boxed very, very well. We know the only other guy to stop him was Myris Breedis. You did it in similar fashion. Must be nice to feel like all your hard work is sort of being rewarded on this stage now, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously back in Liverpool, and obviously I had that good win against Vallily. So, yeah, I feel like people are starting to notice me and take notice, and I'm starting to get, say, the appreciation, maybe, like, because I feel like I've been around for ages, and everyone in Liverpool sort of knows me, and I didn't want to just get known as, like, always a good fighter, but, do you know what I mean? Bit of an anarchy, yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, I feel like I'm starting to get up there now, and when I'm getting talked about, people think, like, well, that's put me in the same list as, like, the Coleys, and they mention the same thing of, obviously, title contention. So, yeah, I mean, I'm happy with how things are going.
What do you make of Okole's performance against Camacho last weekend?
Yeah, well, it's just a typical Okole performance. To be honest, I can't fault Okole. Everyone gives him a lot of stick, but it's just the way it is, you know what I mean? He wins, doesn't he? And he's had 12 fights and he's winning, so... And he's just a big, horrible, gangly...
Would you get in there with him?
I'd fight him 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if what we're kind of hearing is to be correct, he probably vacates the British and Commonwealth, moves up maybe to fight someone like Denis Lebedev. That leaves those belts vacant. It's a really good crop of young cruiserweights coming through, yourself included. Isaac Chamberlain on the rebuild looked really good against Luke Watkins, Richard Riakporhe too. Where do you see yourself sitting amongst those guys? Do you think you're top of that pile, or do you need to prove it?
It's wide open as well, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, it's wide open, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm right up there. I mean, I think the Vallily fight, no one really wants to fight Vallily. No one wants to fight him. I know a few people got offered it and they turned it down, and I was the only one who took it. I went down there, as I said, I give away experience, I give away home advantage, and I beat him. I didn't just beat him, I boxed him and stopped him. So, yeah, I mean, I'd say I put myself right up there on some of the top. Like, who's the other? Riakporhe is another good one, he's a good name.
Vaclav Pejsar, we were just saying, was in against David Price after he's lost to Erkan a couple of years ago, so we know he's naturally a big guy coming down from heavyweight. How much have you seen of him, and do you think that this is a sort of a reasonable ask for you Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen little bits of him. Like, I mean, it's obviously the David Price. I can't really tell much from the David Price one because he stops him in the second round. Yeah. But he's a big lump, and his record, he's got quite a lot of all his wins are basically stoppages. So he's got about 11 knockouts or something. Whenever he gets beat, I think it's he gets outboxed, or he either knocks them out or gets outboxed. So I'll have to be careful, obviously, and be switched on from the first spell. But
I was just speaking to Dave Allen. He said you bashed him up a little while back.
The most honest man in boxing.
He goes, "He's good, Craig. He bashed me up a couple of weeks ago, or whatever it was."
Well, I wouldn't say I bashed him up, but yeah, he's round the bend.
So, presuming Saturday goes without a hitch and you get the win, who would you like to line up next? Someone like Isaac Chamberlain, Arthur Iqbal potentially?
Yeah, I mean, listen, as I said before, I don't feel like I need to call out names. I mean, I think in time with the right fights, and I'm gonna show I am the top of the division. Well, if Coley moves on, the British is vacant. Who is the really? Me, Riakporhe. Who else is leading? Chamberlain, I suppose. I think we're the front.
Pretty much there, yeah.
So,
just got to keep winning, don't you? Like you say, you don't got to keep calling people out sometimes. You just keep winning and you sort of force yourself the opportunity, don't you?
We are going to meet eventually, and I think I've shown that I'm not afraid to get in a mix-up with them.
All right, thinking you're one of Tony Belly's fighters now. Is he kind of managing, advising you? What's the connection there?
Well, to be honest, when I turned pro, he managed me, so he's managed me for my whole career. He just advised me. I mean, you couldn't really ask for much better advice of someone who's been to the very top of the sport. So he just tells me little things, and normally I'm not the best speaking as well, so he gives me little pointers on there.
I think he's doing well.
I was Tony anyway. It just seems weird not seeing him about, doesn't it? You know?
It is strange.
Gives me little pointers on that thing, but he's all right. I think he's putting on a little bit of weight.
That don't surprise me.
No, he's just living a good life.
And just a couple more questions. Who's your pick for Fowler and Fitzgerald, first of all? You particularly close to either of those guys?
No, not really, but I'll have to, I'd say Fowler. I think it's going to be a Fowler stoppage.
Yeah. Okay, you agree with that, don't you?
I think so, late. I think we'll get to him late.
I think it's going to be about 6 rounds. I think he's going to come out to be a bit fired up, fits, and then he's going to empty the tank and then get stopped, I think.
Yeah, interesting. Well, listen, mate, we're going to swap you for beefy. Craig, lovely to speak to you again, mate, and good luck on Saturday. Thanks very much for coming on. Right, bringing in Liam Smith.
Who is?
In he comes. Good to see you, mate.
You
Welcome
look buzzing,
to the
mate.
Matchroom stable.
You look buzzing. It's all we were just saying. It's almost mate. It's almost like the relaunch, like you said there, isn't it? You know, you're back under Sky cameras now. It's like it's the Liam Smith times 2.
Are we on here?
Yeah, we're on, mate. Yeah, we're just chatting away.
No,
that's how relaxed this show is, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I feel, deep down, without being disrespectful to my previous promoters, and I've had a good time. I've done for 10 years, but I feel this has been a couple of years overdue now. That I've wanted it deep down. I've seen my brothers with Matchroom and on Sky, and I just feel now
it's a logical move, right?
Yeah, and now I feel I've done that move. The excitement of the little bit of the buzz around it. I feel like I've said I'm making my debut all over again, and it's good to be back in Liverpool. I've had 9 fights over at this arena, and I've won the 9, so I feel it's happy.
Yeah, you're 9-0, aren't you, at the arena? I guess because you were the first of the 4 brothers to secure a world title, and of course you've tasted victory at the highest level, defeat at the highest level as well. Must have been great to see Callum go and secure the super middleweight title as well in such brilliant fashion against Groves, and that, I guess, has really kind of ignited the fire for you too, right?
Yeah, definitely. And it made me kind of feel I didn't know what I had when I had it. I was a young kid, and like I said, I'm going far back here, but I didn't want to box as a kid. I can't say I dreamt of being world champion when I was 9, because I probably dreamt of it when I was 18, 19. I started getting the love for boxing when I knew football was out the window. So
who's a better footballer out of all you lot?
Me, I still play. Yeah, I still play Saturday League, and Sunday League. I stopped just a couple of weeks out from a fight, but obviously, as a kid, I dreamed of playing football. I still probably believed I was going to get paid to play football, and then when I started winning, you know yourself as an amateur, when you start winning national titles and boxing for England, you are your number 1 in your country at your weight, and that's when I started feeling, well, I must be a little bit better at boxing than I am at football here. And then that's when I started dreaming of becoming pro and dreaming of titles along the way. So when I did have the title, I didn't feel like I was world champion, you know what I mean? Maybe it might have been, I was never the number 1 in the division. Callum just won the title and he's the number 1 super middleweight in the world. Whereas I won the world title, and there was still Alessandro Lara and Canelo above me in rankings. So that may have been it, but Callum winning it, the buzz around it, gave me that little bit of fire back in my belly, and obviously signing with Matchroom with Skies gave me a fire in my belly as well. And I do feel, off the back of the Jaime Munguia fight, 10 months out the ring, I feel I can compete and win a world title, definitely.
How many fights away from fighting for another world title do you think you are?
I'd love 2 in quick succession. I've moaned about being inactive, and that's why I feel Matchroom was the perfect route for me. And I feel I've got the dates in the UK, in America with Dazn. I feel I've got the dates that if I come through fights uninjured and I'm back in the gym, I feel I can get momentum.
Oh, that would be legend, wouldn't it? Imagine AJ, Callum, you in New York as well. Any chance of that?
Well, obviously, we did speak about.
We
did speak about my second one being in America. That was obviously we haven't spoken opponents and stuff, but the 3 fights I've done with Eddie this year is the first one Liverpool, second one America, the big one the end of the year. So
June, mate.
I'd love the June one, but I've got to beat Sam and beat Sam well first.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about Sam. When did you first spar, and from all those sparring sessions and time you spent in the ring with him, what are the things you need to be wary of on Saturday? What are his best attributes?
You know what, we sparred probably well over 100 rounds. I sparred him years back when he's just coming through, and then I sparred him now, and honest, people are overlooking him too much, if you know what I mean, and I do feel it'll be exciting, it'll be competitive because of the two styles. Obviously, because of my style and because of his style, he may have bits of success, but I feel I do everything better than him, and in fight condition with 10-ounce gloves on is a bit different than sparring, and when I've got that bit of spite, I feel I do everything better than him, and I lit him too cleanly. I feel I lit him too cleanly too often throughout the fight.
Late stoppage?
Yeah, I feel 5, 6, 7, I feel it, if I've landed enough shots, if it goes the way I feel it's going to go, I think I'll just land too cleanly too often, and the ref will jump in, or hopefully John Pegg saves him.
Listen, we know what a great footballing city Liverpool is, but we remember, of course, what a great boxing city is. Must be lovely to have your homecoming here as well, just in front of the fans that you know so well. And if any indication of how many people were here just today gives you an idea of just how noisy and how great the atmosphere will be Saturday.
Yeah, I touched on it there, mate. It's for the fighters Liverpool have got. You sat and rock the fighters in Liverpool now. It's mad how we're starved of big nights like this. We should be having more big nights like this, and hopefully this can kickstart it into bringing big time boxing back to Liverpool. We've got some top fighters in the city, and I'm buzzing that they've drawn to this card. Obviously, it's going to be close to a sellout over there, so it's going to be noisy, and it's good to be back in Liverpool.
Yeah. Mate, great to have you back, and lovely to see you as well. Good luck on Saturday. Thanks very much. Well, that is all we've got time for here on the last one. It's been a busy press conference today, isn't it? It's had the thrills and spills as you would expect from it. All starts live on Saturday on Sky Sports at the M&S Bank Arena. We'll be back tomorrow for the weigh-in. All the details of where you can go on the Matchroom Facebook page, so you can have a look at those now. And if you're around, we'll see you at 1 o'clock tomorrow.